Yay!
Hey.
It's us again.
What's up, everybody?
Holy cow. You guys believe this? This is what we got one more weekend till Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, this year just went by, didn't it? Oh, this last couple of months went by.
That's why I went with my Christmas Joe yell. Yo ho ho, Joe.
Yo ho ho. There you go. Nice.
Bah humbug.
Nice. Yeah, it's been crazy, huh?
Well, every group's got to have a Grinch.
Yeah, they do, right?
That'd be me.
What's new? Anything good?
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, you know.
End of the year stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
You hear that?
I'm not seeing Emmet.
Yeah, where's Emmet?
They are actually still at Silas's Boy Scout thing, so
Oh,
which
They're probably flooded in.
you'll hear him come charging through the front door here any minute now. So,
I hope not.
yeah, I
I'm
know.
moving
Right?
too fast.
Yeah,
Something might fall.
knock the whole half of the house off. Yep. So yeah, no, that's still ongoing. I guess is the best way to put that. So,
For now, anyways.
well, yeah.
well,
I mean,
it's gone. I can't find it.
I think we actually bummed into the house that's for us this afternoon. So that's okay. We'll see how that works out in the next few days. I will say this: we really, one way or the other, we have to be out it. We've got to get out of here. This coming week will be our last week here. There's no way around it. If we're going to be anywhere to be even remotely, even if it's in a hotel room or something somewhere,
Hey, Nancy.
We'll have to do something for Christmas for the boys. So hopefully it'll be in a house, but we'll find out. But I probably will not be here next weekend at least, because if we are in a house, there's absolutely no way I'm going to have the internet hooked up.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll find out. But anyways, that's that's neither here nor there for tonight, I suppose. So yeah, what else is going on?
Well, I saw something on Facebook a few minutes ago. Now I've lost it and I can't get back to it. So it was a DC stylized guide or something. People were talking about their yeah, they were shipping and they were getting them. I have no idea what it even is.
Huh.
But I was trying to figure it out.
Back in the 80s, Warner Brothers sent out a book that it was full of Perez art, which was the style guide. If you made anything, if you were a licensee for any DC characters, they sent you a book that, Batman has to look this way. This is the colors. And they did profiles and back and front. And they did that for all of the major characters. So that was always like top secret. That was a top secret thing. There were copies of it that floated around to all of the old companies that used to do business with DC. But they actually made it available this year. It's literally the style guide. It's like all this different artwork of all the different characters from the 70s and the 80s. It's actually a very cool piece. It's very cool.
Huh.
I actually hope to get one at some point. But yeah, it's very cool.
Never even heard of it until just now.
Yeah, it's the approved images. If you remember when we were kids, if that coloring books, Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, they all looked exactly the same. The tags were like underoos or lunch boxes. The lunch boxes themselves, it all looked like George Perez art. That's because they had to follow that style guide. If Batman showed anywhere, he had to look like this. If Superman showed up anywheres, he had to look like this. Or you get in big trouble. So,
wow,
boy, that guy really went out the door, didn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
boy, didn't it? Right?
About 5,000 different types of Batman and Superman.
Yep,
a piece.
Yep. The style guide is a really cool piece, though.
That'd be a great thing for a DC guy to have in his collection.
Yep, I'm going to get one at some point. I think they're still available. So, yeah. But that's what the style guide was.
Oh, that's cool.
Yep. Hang on a second.
Didn't have one of those when I was in school. Because our styles was not relevant. Dude, I finally got my road pig. I want to talk about that for just a second, real quick.
Absolutely.
I could have done without all the other crap.
Yep.
For me,
Yep.
it's what he needed to look like.
Yep. That's it.
That's it.
Yep.
That's it. Yep.
The dog is cool,
Sure.
you know, but we could have done without that, man.
Yep.
He is a great looking road pig, in my opinion. I know there's been a lot of debate about him being fat, but if you really look at him, he's not fat. He is just stocky built.
Yeah.
You know,
He's big boned, right? I mean, seriously,
Yeah.
he's just a big guy. He's,
Yeah. I don't get it. So much hate on people. Oh, I want this, I want that. Well, it don't matter what you want, bro. It don't matter at all. These things are now. I can do without all the extra tattoos, which I'm going to take them off.
The belly tattoos the worst. If they just left that one off, I'd been fine with others. But
Yeah,
Well,
you
you can't even read it.
yeah,
can't
you
even
can't
read it.
Yeah. It
mean,
really
it's crazy.
wasn't well applied. You can't read it. Look, I'll give him A for effort, right? As they used to say, but
They
it's too
tried.
much. That one was too much.
The guy must have been eating Snickers when he was tattooing that across his belly. You can't even read it.
Yeah,
Right,
right.
no regrets, right? No.
Yeah, this group does need a style guide.
That's right. We absolutely do.
But
Absolutely.
I mean, you've got the extra head is cool. You know, you could use it, but then you got this stupid mask,
The mask is stupid.
a meat hook,
Uh,
a shield. I mean, just give me the extra fist, the extra head, and that's it. Don't need the little breather mask and the right shield or the goofy looking hammer. Just give us the regular stuff, man.
yeah, they could have.
That's all I
They could have knocked $10 off the price of that figure
Easy.
if they just hadn't
Easy.
messed around.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, the dog is the coolest extra, but still,
Yeah.
it's not needed. It's just wasn't needed. So
I get it that we are not. Oh, it's not OG.
sure.
So, you know, it's cool. It's okay that they wanted to add that stuff, but we didn't need it, you know. Just didn't need it.
Nope. I
And
agree.
then it's just, to me, it's weird to add all that extra stuff on there.
Well, to tell you the truth, for 90% of it's going to sit in a box somewhere or in a Ziploc
Well,
bag.
you saw exactly where mine's at still.
Yeah, it's going to sit
Everything
in a box.
extra is still in this box.
Yeah.
Even the extra dog head is still in the box.
Yep.
Put it out as a $25 figure, then put out accessory packs and put all that other stuff in it.
I
Yeah,
agree.
if you wanted to,
I agree.
right. Yeah, right.
Because they won't do that because they're afraid it ain't gonna sell because it probably won't because nobody wants it. They just want the figure. They don't want all
And
that.
then even the dog is the exact same thing as Junkyard here,
Yeah.
Well,
just
sure.
a different head.
Just
The
different.
body is exactly the same, just different colors, the same collar. I mean,
What it amounts to is they had that mold after making Junkyard that they couldn't use anywhere else. So they said, we'll just throw a dog in with the road pig
Right.
and give it a new
Right.
head and use it.
right.
I mean, that's all they are reusing the mold. I mean,
Right, because they can't use it for order. So,
Right.
They still could have done a DEF junkyard, mutton junkyard, because he was in, he was in the DEF group, and then
Yep.
I mean, hey, do a Tiger Force why not? Just put tiger stripes
Right.
on them. And do a Tiger Force, and people people buy it. I mean,
Yep. I don't know. It just seemed all unnecessary to me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I couldn't agree more. Couldn't agree more.
Seems
Now,
unnecessary.
I mean, seriously, you remember when Tripwire was announced, we were all kind of going, what? Tripwire actually makes sense. Tripwire is a cool figure, and everything that he comes with actually makes sense.
Right.
80% of what comes with Road Pig makes absolutely no sense.
None whatsoever.
Yeah, so, I mean, it just
The
wasn't.
only thing that didn't make sense was Tripwire was the bomb sniffing rat.
Yeah.
I mean, that was the only thing.
It's a rat.
Exactly.
That didn't add any. That certainly didn't add to the price of that piece. Any, that rat probably cost less than that mask did to mold for Road Pig. So
It's like I'm in a couple of Lego groups, and I was reading a post a person made. They have the Christmas advent calendars, I don't know if y'all probably saw them at Walmarts and Targets and everywhere.
Yep.
But they're like $45 now.
No,
They used to be $19.99, and they have just went to $45.
Yep.
Every year you can find them on clearance for $20 again. But I was reading, I brought this up. Today's little pop out was a stuffed bunny rabbit. That was all it was. It was the stuffed bunny. You didn't put it together. You just popped it out and pulled it out, and there it was. It's just everybody's getting cheaper with everything and jumping the prices way up.
Yep.
That's like with the Star Wars. I mean, they do like you'll get a minifig, and the next time you get like one of the starships, but it's like a micro version of it.
Yeah.
Just give me an advent calendar with minifigs.
Mm-hmm.
If you go, especially if you're gonna charge $45, give me something.
Well, I remember you used to get like 5 minifigs in the advent calendar. I think there's only like 3 now in there, so they're getting cheaper with those also.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess it's a topic for later or in a few weeks. That the photos and stuff that I've seen of Leatherneck. I don't know, man. I hope we haven't. I hope there hasn't been a shift to 5.5-inch figures all of a sudden for them to save a dime. I don't know.
He's
for
a good half-inch shorter than Bazooka.
Well, I think I read where the Hasbro was trying something new. They're actually using Leathernecks, the guinea pig, and they're shipping through Temu. So everything's always smaller than Temu. So.
Don't doubt that one bit.
It just concerns me. This has happened before, guys. We've hit these bubbles where scale went wonky because they figured out, hey, we can save this like 15 cents per figure we can make if it's just a tiny bit shorter, right? Yep. Or a little bit narrower. And we've seen that before. And then all of a sudden you've got the line goes wonky because half of it isn't to scale to the other half of it anymore.
Well, from the comic books and even the cartoon, Leatherneck was a pretty big guy. I mean, he wasn't massive. He wasn't a road pig size. But he was still a big guy. And
I remember him being the same size as the rest of them.
Yeah. And the toy line, but if you look at the comics, especially when they do that little lineup on where they're doing the funeral for General Hawk, I believe it was. He's like taller than most of the people he's standing beside. So I mean, it's just weird to me. And a lot of people are seeing it, and there's a lot of complaints about it.
Yeah, I think because when they put out that 50th anniversary figure in the 2-pack Leatherneck, he was a lot taller than the other.
He was, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I think people are remembering that one since that's the last one we got, and they're thinking he should be a lot bigger. But he should be at least the same height. Them pictures you showed us, it looked like he was a little bit shorter than the rest of them.
Well, what struck me in one of those pictures, he was standing next to the retro carded Duke. He should be the same. It should be the same height as Duke.
Yeah.
But he's not.
Yeah.
The only characters that were actually really a whole lot of difference size-wise was this Tunnel Rat was smaller. On the opposite end of that, Big Lob was a lot taller, but Slaughter, Gung Ho, Roadblock, and Heavy Duty, all of those characters were much bigger than the rest of the guys. Right? Yep. Well, they were supposed to be. And then, of course, Nemesis and Mercer. But, I mean, that was it. Everybody else was just, the diversity that you see in regular people. An inch here, 3 inches there, whatever.
Right.
But yeah, I don't picture. I hate to say this, but Leatherneck was kind of striking me as about the same height that Tunnel Rat should have been. He was a lot shorter than the regular guys, and that didn't seem.
Yeah, he is. He's short.
I hope that's some kind of bootleg or something, and that's not the actual figure that we're going to get shipped.
I should have downloaded those pictures I found, but I didn't. See if I can still find them and get them on here.
Next to the big guys, and let's face it, Slaughter, Roadblock, Gung Ho, they were all bigger. They had bigger bucks than the original figures. And when that picture with him standing next to those guys, it really showed. He's a lot smaller.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know. But
Yeah,
anyways,
just,
I guess we can talk about that later.
I don't know. It's just, to me, he's small, real small. We know you got her personal number, Corey.
Oh, absolutely. Calling her on the foot phone. The foot phone.
Don't
Get her on the
ask
foot
her about rubbing her feet tonight, later.
Get her on the foot phone. Oh, well.
Yeah, I don't know.
I just hope that's not what's happening. Because, like I said, we've seen that before.
Oh, yeah.
But we'll find out soon enough. Apparently, those dates, some of the dates for pre-orders are shifting quite a bit closer to the first of the year. So,
yeah, like Leatherneck line supposed to be from GameStop, and they have them the first of the year now.
16th.
But they are still October 1st from Hasbro.
But you'll notice that Walmart has moved them off of pre-order to sold out, and that's always a good indication that they're done.
Mm-hmm.
Those suckers are shipping. They're not taking any more orders. No one else that I could see had moved their dates yet, but GameStop's got the 16th, and for Dial Tone, Leatherneck, Star Viper, and you guys got to help me with the fourth one.
Do what now?
The fourth figure in that wave. Who is it?
Star Viper, Dial Tone, Leatherneck.
Who was it?
And
who's the fourth?
Xandar.
Thank you. Xandar. So those are looking like, well, basically a month from now, not next October. And what was it? You, John, said that you had seen that Rock and Roll had been moved up? Retro
GameStop had the retro carded wave as December the 24th or 25th ship date. So.
And that was Roadblock, Mindbender, Viper.
And the Viper. Yep. Cobra Viper.
Because those are just in 3 figure waves.
Yeah. The Viper.
The Viper? The Viper?
Honor of Tim there.
Yeah, and I think Tim is right when he says that, but they literally just changed it this past week, which was strange. And then Walmart went to sold out. So something has changed with those, and of course, people have actually got a few of those figures in hand now. So, what I think Shane had said somewhere over in Southeast Asia, and, China, and Europe, UK,
UK.
So
supposedly getting them in hand.
So just out of fun, I googled how tall is Leatherneck from G.I. Joe. Because I was trying to find the order of battle, because I think you give their hats in there, but I can't find where it just shows the picture. And this says what I got was Leatherneck isn't a measurement of height, but rather a nickname for a United States Marine referring to the stiff leather collar they historically wore around their necks, which was typically between 2.5 and 3 inches tall. So I guess Leatherneck's about right. He's actually a little taller than what he should be. If he's only supposed to be 2.5 to 3 inches tall.
Yeah.
I think they're talking about the OG line there.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll have to go out and dig out my Order of Battle comics and see, because I think
they
told their height and all in there.
They had stats in there, right?
Yeah, they did.
I thought they did.
Okay, according to histank.com, Roadblock and Gung Ho are probably about 6'6". Leatherneck may be 6'3".
Yeah.
Destro about 6'4". Duke is about 6 foot. Snake Eyes is 5'10". Storm Shadow's 5'8".
Yeah, and that makes sense. So I mean, they've got Leatherneck down in the same height area as like Snake Eyes or even Storm Shadow. Yeah.
I'm taller than Storm Shadow. Wow.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Storm Shadow's a short guy.
Yeah.
Now, where they got that information from, I don't know, but
Yep.
Trying to
Interesting.
get these pictures here, guys, so we can take a look at them real quick.
Yeah. We'll ring them up.
Thank you for clearing that up. I will go to sleep.
Ring them up.
If I didn't know.
Go on and eat your cheese curl.
Hey, I'm watching, listen to the show.
What? Our number one fan isn't watching the show?
No.
No,
I'm
she's watching.
disappointed.
She's just sitting in here eating her cheese curls and mouthing off at me. I told her, I said, go and get her and eat your cheese curls. She's my
Ain't
Emmet.
nothing wrong with
Good
mouthing
night,
off a little
Nancy.
bit.
Yeah. Good night, Nancy.
Hey, I was laying on up in the shadow at night.
What? What is that noise?
Oh, let me see. Ah,
Don't know the road.
voila.
Is he running water?
He's brushing
Oh,
his
okay.
teeth.
Yeah. See that?
So, I mean, he's even shorter than Rock and Roll and Dusty. In these
Well,
photos.
if you notice, Breaker's a lot shorter than the rest of them too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow,
Yeah.
look
See
how much
that?
shorter he
Though?
is
I mean,
than.
that's that's pretty dramatic right there. I mean,
Yeah, that's not no 3 inches.
I mean, granted, those are the big boys of the team, but still,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
still,
But you said Roadblock was 6'6", right?
Well, that's their guesstimation. It don't.
Well, I
and
mean,
they said Leatherneck may be 6'3", but they didn't. They don't know for sure. I don't know for sure.
And then Leatherneck was 6'3", possibly.
Yeah.
See, he's even shorter than Stalker. About the same size of Beachhead, which Beachhead was a short guy.
Beachhead was shorter, right?
Yep.
Now, see,
then
I mean, in that lineup right there, it's really not terrible, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
man, that other,
I didn't realize how much bigger those other ones are, but they are pretty
oh,
big
they're big.
compared to them.
They're huge. Look at
Yeah,
that.
they did do a good job with that because those heavy hitters right there, they were the big guys on the squad. I mean, they were big.
I guess I just always imagine Leatherneck being a big guy, at least 6'4", something like that. 6'5", somewhere around there. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Wishful thinking, I guess.
Yeah. Like I said, I just hope it's not. Penny pinching on Hasbro's part. That all of a sudden, all of our figures are going to be much smaller.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe they did it on purpose to mix it up because everybody's too tall or everybody's all the same.
Maybe so.
I don't know. Maybe.
I'll post that comment. Yeah, I don't think he was 6'9". He was close though.
I don't know, man. You guys remember that splash page when he showed up at Flag's funeral with Duke shooting down that rattler? He was a lot bigger than Duke.
Yeah.
But and before that, Gung Ho was the big guy on the team by quite a lot. Other than Quinn was enormous too. But yeah, so I don't know. Interesting.
But I'm happy to have Leatherneck either way it goes.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I always enjoyed him.
Yeah, we just need wetsuit now.
Yeah. For their playful banner.
We're just getting down to it. I mean, seriously though, guys, we really are getting down to the number of characters left to be made without getting into the really neon stuff, But how many? You guys ever meet Ron Rudet?
No, I have not.
Have you, John? How tall
Once
is
or
he?
twice at some of the cons.
How tall is he, or is he just was sitting?
I couldn't tell you. I can't remember.
Because he Leatherneck is Ron Rudat, so maybe that's why. Maybe Ron Rudat isn't that tall. Maybe I don't know. I'm grasping here, but maybe that's what the deal is.
Maybe so.
Let's see. Let me see here.
I don't see anything about it.
No, I don't know if they'd say anything publicly, but yeah, I don't know. It's different. We'll find out soon enough, right? I mean, if all of our figures start coming up short, so to speak, we'll know. We'll know they're just pinching pennies.
Yeah, I'm afraid that's what it is, though.
I got a sneaking suspicion that's what it is.
With the move to wherever they're moving,
Mm-hmm.
you know, that's still in question, I guess. Don't really know for sure yet.
Yeah, I don't know for sure. I don't know.
I know what the rumors are, you know.
But there's always plenty of those around.
Plenty.
Plenty of those.
Plenty of them, yep. But I don't know. As long as we get him, that's all that matters, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, you know what? If they make them smaller, we get more vehicles, right?
Yeah.
Probably that sounds silly, but you don't know. Might make producing vehicles easier if they're not
Could
quite
be.
as big.
But we can see a lot of stuff being done though in the vehicle line though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he should have some lifts in his boots like Emily, huh, Corey? Giving Corey heck tonight. Sorry, y'all. No, I'm not.
He started it.
Fun. He's so much fun to give heck.
Corey started it.
He did. He
showed
always
up. He
does.
started it.
But I got my Alpine in too. Finally,
Nice.
I ain't got a chance to open him up.
Yep.
He's not a. I did notice he's got a lot of the launcher like the Alley Viper does,
Mm-hmm.
which I guess that's okay. It works.
Yeah, we're definitely in the land of common weapons now. I mean, no one's coming up with anything unique anymore.
Mm-mm.
But that's to be expected too, I guess.
Right.
So, anyways, so we met up with John and Nancy earlier, and John, I still don't understand this. John goes, "Hey, I got a question for you." It's like, what? And he said, "No, I got a question for you." And it's just like, what? And he said, "No, I got a question for you." And I said, "John, what?" And he hands me this figure. And it's awesome, but I still don't know what he wanted. For those of you that don't get the joke, it's the question. So
That's funny. Too funny.
That's an awesome figure too. But this is another one like the Hugo Strange. You start digging around and you go, "Hey, this is the platinum. Where's the regular?"
Right.
There isn't one.
Huh.
So I don't know if these were like the sticker these were meant for after the sticker transition, but that still doesn't make any sense because the silvers was supposed to be just the paint variants, right? And there is, like Hugo Strange, there's no regular one. It's an awesome figure. Thank you, John. I actually did not expect to find one. So,
and that's the only one I've seen. So I was surprised when I found it.
And I actually am very grateful for it because I was thinking today, I'm not buying anything right now, just because there's no sense in tripping over too much stuff. But we're right on that verge where, the toys that get delivered in the next couple of weeks, next week or so, are going to be the last toys that are delivered for quite a while because I think the stores are going to hold off on restocking toys.
I do too.
For quite a while longer than they normally do after Christmas. So.
Mm-hmm.
So no, I'm very appreciative of that because the question was never really a major DC player, but just enough so that But this, I got to tell you though, man, this right here, you did this. Timothy will agree with this one. You do something about that face sculpt, and you put this in black, you got a perfect Phantom Stranger figure. So that should have been maybe the question should have been the paint variant to Phantom Stranger. Would have been cool. And that's kind of like that the Sergeant Rock Unknown Soldier. I made that custom Unknown Soldier out of that Sergeant Rock. That's a much better figure than the Sergeant Rock. Just by putting a hush head on it, it's the Unknown Soldier. They really dropped the ball on that one. That was such an easy layup.
Oh yeah,
and that would have sold really well. But they give us an Army Man version where he's just all green. That was dumb.
I would say they give the Army Man version. You see them everywhere.
Yeah, it's dumb. That's
Nobody
a dumb
wants
figure.
them.
That's a dumb figure.
Yeah.
So I got a question for you.
That's John for you.
Hey, just tell it like it was.
You got a joke.
Yeah,
Oh,
I want a Phantom for you. See, don't you change even the hat and everything? All you got to do is change the face, and paint him black. You got the Phantom Stranger.
Yep.
And Phantom Stranger was a much bigger player than Question ever was. The quintessentials, right? So
Right.
him and the quintessentials was Phantom Stranger, Spectre, Ganthet, Highfather. Who was the other one? Timothy. Right? It was Highfather, Ganthet, Spectre, Phantom Stranger. Who was the fifth? Who was the fifth in the quintessentials? You remember, John? You know who I'm talking about, right?
I kind of know what you're talking about, but I can't.
They were the ones that they were the ones overseeing everything. Basically, they were the big players just below the source, or what we always referred to in our universe as God.
Which ones do you know?
Highfather, Ganthet, Phantom Stranger, Spectre, and there was a fifth on the quintessentials. Who was the fifth one on the quintessentials?
I was thinking about the Spectre, but that one.
Who the heck was the fifth?
You have all the answers. The Todd Father changes the question.
One of these days I'm going to be back in my regular digs, and I'm going to have my DC book right next to me, and I'm going to go ahead and get one of those Marvel books that they've had them on. They've had them at Target for sale forever. What is the quintessentials? A group of the highest order of beings within the multiverse who bear witness to all events that did happen, are happening, or will happen. Okay, so that's great. Who are they? That's fantastic. I already knew who they were.
Would the Monitor not be one of them?
No, because the Monitor was technically outside of the multiverse.
Oh, okay.
The Wizard. Shazam. Shazam was on the quintessential. Yep. Ganthet.
As Gomer Powell would say, Shazam.
Hera was on it at some point. Yeah. Ganthet, Hera, Highfather, Phantom Stranger, the Wizard, and the Spectre. And wow, that's not Hera though. I don't remember Hera ever being on there. But enemies, Darkseid and Trigon, which makes sense. But I don't remember Hera being on the quintessentials. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, yeah, Hera doesn't belong there because then it's not a quint anymore. So yeah, The DEI hire.
Yeah.
All right, knock it off. Knock it off. I'm sorry, that was just too easy too.
It was so simple.
So simple yet so funny.
That's why people tune in for the bad jokes.
It's fine. It's fine. So what else is going on? Boy, there's not a lot going on news-wise, right?
No, there's not. It's just
we're kind of in release limbo right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Right before Christmas, everything's just hit walls.
NECA announced a 3-pack for Last Ronin Turtles figures, which is Leo, Raph, and Donatello in the like ghosts, the semi-translucent, which is actually pretty cool.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, spoiler alert, exactly, for a book.
For those that haven't read the comics that are a year and a half
and I
old.
still recommend you go read it because it's pretty awesome. But that's $100 and for 3 figures, which that's $34 a piece. So, and I will probably get through Christmas and pre-order that, I guess, because I'd really like to have those too.
Froze up on mine. I got to turn it off.
But we'll see.
What the fuck?
But those are, I did notice that those are not a pre-order, those are a pre-sale, right? In other words, you order them, there is a deadline. They will not be taking any more orders. And what you ordered is what gets produced, and you get them in June. How's that?
Right.
That's pretty cool.
That's a great idea.
That 3-0 Godzilla figure that I'm going to pre-order, that one has a deadline of January 20th, I think it is. And that is a pre-sale, which means you order whatever is ordered is what's produced, and that's that, instead of this pre-order stuff that we're so used to. I don't even know what they should be called, but it's not a pre-order.
I don't know. It's not what I would call a pre-order.
No. So I don't know.
I think every other toy company has got that down pat except for one.
Yep. And now, I don't know, the rumor mill has been that the Ecto 1 was the last HasLab. That format is going away. They ain't doing it anymore.
I read too.
I guess that Dragon Man and that Sentinel have that particular sales model has been more successful. However that metric is that they measure that, it's been more successful than the HasLabs. So
I would like to see the numbers on it,
Yeah, for real.
For real numbers.
Yeah.
Not the inflated ones that they're getting sued for right now.
Right. Right. Yep.
There's just a lot of shady stuff going on right now, man. Like you was talking about NECA, people aren't happy with NECA because they're just sending them stuff out of the blue and demanding they pay for them. And then if you say I don't want it, I need to return it, they're expecting you to pay to have it returned.
Now, see, that's a true pre-order, right? They send it to you before you even order it.
Yeah, that's a way pre-order. That's a much pre-order.
Yeah, that's pre-order, right? You're right.
That's crazy.
I didn't order this. I didn't even know I wanted it. Well, they knew you wanted it, so they would have sent it.
Yeah, they hired Miss Chloe.
That's
Miss Chloe's sitting there on the phone, and she's taking your pre-orders now.
Yeah. That's why I read that Walmart is dropping NECA. Because number one, their sales are not good with them, and they was just sending them stuff and wanting them to pay for it.
Yeah, what was it? One of the guys said here a year or so ago on this that they had been told that NECA absolutely refuses to allow Walmart to put any of their product on clearance unless it goes through some big, huge pre-approval process, which I don't think that's exactly fair to Walmart. But I don't know.
But then again, you also hear rumors that NECA rents the space from Walmart to put their product on, which I don't know about that, if it's true or not.
I don't know. I don't know. I think the whole retail racket is so wonky, especially when it comes to the big box stores.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you guys heard this or not, but Walmart just spent a little over $2 billion to buy Vizio. Apparently, this deal went through a few months ago. That's why there was a glut of TVs that showed up for cheap.
Mm-hmm.
Walmart
Still
bought
are.
Vizio, right? And everybody was going, oh, great. Now Walmart's in the TV business. Oh, boy, did you miss the boat on that one? Because I read the report. You want to know the real reason that Walmart bought Vizio? Because they're all smart TVs. And Vizio was making between 3 and 4 times a year in profits off the information that they were selling, that their TVs were sending back to them. Than they were selling TVs. So what did Walmart want with Vizio? They want the information. They don't want the TV. Vizio is still going to continue to make the TVs. Walmart's going to have all that information to sell now. So your watching habits, your subscription habits, all of that stuff that our TVs tattle on us now, Walmart spend all that money for that information.
Yep.
So hey, Walmart, put G.I. Joes back in all the stores.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll work.
I have noticed. I think the toy aisles are shrinking.
Oh, they are.
Right now, they're shrinking. Yeah.
I will say, I went into Gadsden Walmart the other day, and it's the only Walmart around here, except for the next closest Walmart that still carries G.I. Joes is one in Rome, the one on the far side of Rome. But Anniston, Oxford, Jacksonville Center, none of them carry G.I. Joes anymore. No. Not even the Italian Walmart, just the Gadsden Walmart. They got 2 pegs. They had the retro card at least twice now. They've got in the wave with Alpine but all I've ever seen is Storm Shadow, so somebody keeps beating me to them. But I went in the other day, 2 days ago, Thursday I think it was, and like I said, even the Anniston Walmart don't even carry McFarlane anymore. Don't carry the Superpowers. Don't carry the 7-inch figures. Don't carry nothing. Gadsden does still carry the Superpowers and the so they're like the only Walmart that really still carries everything except for Masters of the Universe.
Mm-hmm.
They don't. None of the Walmarts carry Masters of the Universe. But the odd thing was, I walked into Walmart in Gadsden the other day, and I found these 2 hanging on the G.I. Joe pegs. So they did get in the case of the cartoon versions, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
And Montana was supposed to have been in that, so I don't know if somebody done got the Montana or if these 2 was all they got. I would think they got more than just these 2, so I don't know. But I was shocked because these are the first Master Universe figures I've seen in Walmart in, several months since they finally cleared out all that sorceress jitsu wave that hung around for 3 years. And I don't know if this means that the Walmart guests, but they don't even have a place to hang them. These were hanging on the G.I. Joe hooks because they don't have no G.I. Joes in the spot. So I just thought that was odd. I don't know if anybody else is seeing this, or am I the only one that's seen them at Walmart? Has anybody else found them at Walmart?
I haven't seen them. I
them.
remember seeing them.
I saw them at one Walmart, and that was it.
Really?
In Florence, I saw them.
I think I saw them at Target probably 6 weeks ago.
But what gets me is if you ever go into Walmart and you look at their layout sheets that they hang on the pegs and stuff, you'll see Masters of the Universe on them layout pegs. You'll see G.I. Joe Classified on them layout pegs. So they've got supposed to have spots for them. They're just not getting them.
Yeah.
I don't know whether they're just not ordering them or if they just are ordering them and not getting them.
I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, I've got 5 Walmarts in this circle that I don't usually, but I've got this circle here that I can run. Only one of them even had gotten any Joes in months, and they've cut way back on the McFarlane stuff. So I think it's changing. Things are definitely changing.
One of my Walmarts, like John said, don't even have McFarlane anymore.
Yep.
They have very few in the collector spot aisle, but that's it.
Yep.
And Target's collector spots are shrinking too.
Yeah, the one down in Bessemer is still absolutely huge, but the rest of them have shrunk right up to really here in Trussville. It's nothing.
We saw one when I was down at John and Nancy's that was just huge. It was massive.
Yeah.
And all the rest of them was just like maybe a 4-foot area.
Yeah.
I've noticed that it seems like the super targets have a small collector spot and the regular targets have a bigger one. That's weird. You think it'd be the other way around. But I don't know.
I don't know. Things are definitely changing. Things are definitely changing. I still think because it's so collector driven now, I do think that and I hate to say this, I think it would be smart for them to go to direct to consumer. I don't know.
But speaking of Target, I was telling Dave this morning, we went to Oxford yesterday. We had to go to Sam's. We had to go get chicken for the cat because she won't eat any other rotisserie chicken other than the Sam's chicken. So, and
cat eating better than I do.
Then she said, "Did you want to run into Target?" I said, "Not really. I mean, it's packed. I hate going to town this time of the year. Today was my last day. I won't be back to Gadsden or Anniston anywhere until probably January the 2nd or 3rd somewhere." But I told her, I said, maybe I'll go ahead and run in since we're here because I seen the Secret Wars figures are starting to show up in stores. The Marvel Legends Secret Wars figures, and I pre-ordered Spider-Man from Hasbro, and I pre-ordered Titania from Amazon. But at the time, the Beyonder was the only other one out of the ones that I wanted besides those two. And I said, I'll go in here and just see if maybe they might have got the Secret Wars in, which the Oxford Target's usually the last ones to get anything around here. But surprisingly, I went in there and apparently they had one Secret War figure hanging on the rack, and would you believe it was the Beyonder?
There you go.
So I picked up the one that I was needing, and I keep waiting. I've got a thing from Amazon saying Titania was moved up, but it's still showing like January the 2nd before she ships. And
I thought that was John Travolta.
It is a weird outfit, isn't it?
He's almost got that King Shazam look on his face, so
kind of does, doesn't he?
It's weird. I don't know why they give him that weird looking. Because he's supposed to be like he's just smiling, but it comes off as a kind of a
smirky, cocky smile, really.
Yes, it looks real creepy, demonic looking almost.
Got a dose of Joker gas or something there.
But they basically released all the figures for the Marvel's Superhero Secret Wars except for Beyonder and Titania. Those are the only two that they still needed to put out, and they put them out in this wave. So pretty cool. And of course, I really didn't need another black suit Spider-Man, but I just got it because I'm gonna keep him on the card because I had the black one, the black and the red and blue one back when they come out, and I'm keeping it just for the nostalgia part of it. That's the only reason I got him. But these were the only two I really wanted out of it because I've got a brown suit Wolverine, I got the Iron Man, and the Captain America. And the Captain America, he comes with a busted up shield, and that just kind of aggravates me. My OCD, it just drives me crazy. So I definitely ain't gonna get it. I would like to have that Captain America because I need a good comic accurate one, and but I won't have the shield to go with him because that one's busted up,
Battle damage, man. Battle damage.
But anyway, but yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. And so I got that. Well, I guess while I'm telling what I got, I'll go ahead and tell it. I got we went by run over to the comic book store this morning. The guy, the new owner of the Phoenix Rising, he's putting a few action figures in there. And he had one of the figures that I've been needing. It's so Marvel Unlimited. They always put out an exclusive figure every year. If you subscribe, then you get the little packet with a free figure, a free Marvel Legends figure, and it's usually just a repaint or something. But I think this is this year's, or it may have been last year's. I can't remember. But he had the red suit Nova. So if I remember right, this is the suit Nova wore. It's not the I can't even remember Nova's name now. Either one of them, but there's it's Kid Nova from the New Warriors. I think that was how he appeared in the first issue of New Warriors, and actually Their first appearance was in Thor, but he had the red costume, so I kind of needed this to put together the new Warriors team because they've got Firestar, Night Thrasher, and some of the others. I'm trying to remember who all was on the new Warriors team. They still like Namorita. They put her out, but she was blue, the newer version of her. So I'm hoping they'll put out a new Warriors version of her so we can finish that. So, but anyway,
Cool.
he had that. I thought that was pretty cool. And while I was there, speaking of which, so that I guess they're doing the Cellverse is doing comics off their lines, and so they had the Sectars. They had number 1 and number 2, and this is a variant cover. They had like 3 or 4 different covers, but I like this one for the artwork because I think the artwork looks really cool on this. And this is issue 2. I just like that. I mean, maybe it's just me. I don't know. I just thought that was really good artwork on those covers. And the best part is it's got the what do you call them? What I call them, Dave, earlier?
Oh,
Questions.
The combined where
shoot.
there's the word for it. I can't even remember now.
No, I want to say conjoined, but it's not conjoined. Shoot.
I can't get them together because I'm trying to look at them while I'm trying to put them together. But
I can't. Why can't I think of the name?
I don't know. I can't think of it neither. And I was just talking about it earlier today.
Yeah, it popped right out of your mouth, and it's just like,
Yeah.
Now I can't. What the heck was?
Yeah. So anyway, I told him, I said, go ahead and sign me up if I put any more out, like issue 3. If it's part of the cover, I definitely want to get it. I can't believe my mind's gone completely blank. I cannot think of what it's called for nothing.
How about connecting?
Yeah, I mean that's what they are. They connect, but
conjoined.
There's a word for it, and I can't believe I can't think of it. Is Timothy watching? I bet Timothy knows if he's watching.
Anyway, keep going.
But anyway, yeah. I mean, I just thought
Corey said conjoined.
I just thought the artwork was really cool on this version with the connected covers. So, but I can't.
Interlocking.
Later.
Overlapping. I don't know. I'm throwing words out there now, guys.
I can't believe I can't think of what it's called.
See, they call it interlocking, but that's not what it's called.
Yeah.
Connecting.
No. What the heck?
Framing. I don't know. Money grabbing.
Yeah, that's what it is.
That's a good one, Corey.
For sure.
That's exactly.
That's the funniest thing Corey said all night.
I haven't even opened them to look inside to see if the artwork's the same one inside or not. But
I bet they are.
See, they call it interlocking now, but that's not what we always call it.
I can't believe I've said it no problem earlier today. Now I can't think of it for now. Well, I'm done for the rest of the show because I'm going to be thinking on this now. I won't be able to think about anything else till I think of what it's called. So. I can't believe I can't think of it. Anyway, they're joining covers, I guess you'd say. They join together and make a
wrap around.
No,
that's the one that went from front to back.
Yeah, and I think these may be wrapped around because when he pulled it out, let me see what the back's got. No, the back don't have a. No, it's just got a regular advertisement on the back. But,
that would be massive if it wraps around on both of them.
I don't know. I was trying to figure out who the artist was that done this cover on these. Well, see, it tells me. Let's see, what is it? This is cover A. So I guess this is Dustin Weaver. I don't know if I've ever heard of him before. I don't know if I've heard of any of these guys that's done these artwork.
That's pathetic. Now it's all connecting or interlocking. That's not what we call them. Yeah. That's not what they were called. What the heck, man. At exactly 2:33 a.m. on tomorrow morning, my eyes will pop open and the word will pop out of my mouth.
Exactly.
And that'll be the end of my. That'll be the end of my
restful sleeping.
Yep, that's right. That's right.
I'll think of it. It's just. It may be a week later before I think of it.
What the heck was that, Matt? What the heck was the deal with the fake NECA site? I didn't hear anything about a fake NECA site.
I was thinking to myself, good thing I didn't. I don't collect NECA.
I just tried to look up. I couldn't find anything on a fake NECA site anywhere. I didn't hear anything about this. Don't do the social media thing anymore.
Still here, Matt? Give us some information on that, man.
Yeah, what the heck?
Well, I'll tell you that, and the reason I know this because at work that we have every few weeks we have to go on and do a training for security, internet security, and the number one rule they always tell you is never click on a link from your email to go to a website. Never click on a link from Facebook. Actually, go type in the website and go to their website yourself. Because they'll change one little letter in it and it'll look like it, but you'll miss that one letter and it'll send you a bogus site.
Yep.
And
I tell my parents all the time.
Yeah.
They get hacked all the time on Facebook.
Yep. I was getting those emails. I got 3 emails this past week that was telling me that my USPS shipment from X had been delayed again. Click here to see your new date. And it's just like, scam.
Yep.
I just, you get tired of, you just get tired of it. I do anyways.
Let's see.
That's why they say always go to the actual website. Never click on a link.
Because they got the same, your bank, shipper, they got the same headers and everything. It looks exactly the same.
Yeah.
You got them too?
And just a reminder to anybody that wants to go to Playmate Toys website, remember it's playmatetoys.com, not playmates.com. So you'll get a whole different website. Got to make sure you add the toys onto it. These sites are perfect. These copy sites are absolutely flawless. The key, you change right, then John's right. I mean, the key is you've got to pay attention to that web address because that's they're targeting older people. They're still targeting older people that just or people in a hurry that just don't pay any attention.
Well, they're even doing that on a Walmart website too.
Oh, Walmart's got a bunch of things, I'm sure.
We got scammed on it, remember?
Yep, he sure did.
We're the road pig.
Yep, that's true. I'd forgotten about that.
So, I mean, it happens. It looked legit. Everything looked right. And then our nose candy got shipped to California.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least mine did.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it had the wrong zip code on it.
Yep. Yeah, everything was right with the zip code, and I told them on the phone that I'm telling you they're smuggling stuff by doing that. I don't care what you say. They're getting through customs using my address, and you need to do something about that.
I did too.
So I bet they didn't, but
we got our money back on that, didn't we?
Oh yeah,
instantly.
Yeah, Walmart had to cover it, and I got a $10 coupon.
Yeah, I didn't get a coupon. I got my money back the same day, but I didn't get no coupon.
I don't remember getting a coupon either. I hope I got my money back. I can't even remember. I've slept a lot since then. I don't.
Yeah, right. I hear you. Yeah. No, it's sad.
It was back in September, so
yeah, it was a while ago.
Anyway,
it's turned into a cliche that these people they're pretty clever, and they take all that energy, they take all that time, and they take all that spot and use it to rip people off instead of making a legitimate living.
Exactly.
It's just such a waste. It's just such a waste to be that lousy of a human being,
Yeah, it is. It's terrible.
It's just terrible.
But he saw it on Facebook. That's
Yeah.
my mom and dad. They're always getting hacked through Facebook because of that stuff. Changing that one little number, and it sends you right to them. They'll make that website look just like it.
Oh, it's perfect.
Yep, it's not them for real.
Absolutely perfect. Just all that smarts and skill and everything else just used to rip people off. Such a shame.
So if you see a NECA thing on Facebook, don't go. Type it in.
Yeah.
In your search bar.
Yep. Always go to the actual website.
Mm-hmm.
Links are just a gateway to the pit of despair. Or the pit of bankruptcy, I guess you'd say.
Yeah, exactly, right?
That's G.I. Joe. What are you talking about? The pit of bankruptcy. I guess that's why they named the headquarters the pit, huh?
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah. I have to tell you though,
pit of bankruptcy.
I do find it disturbing that 90% of the time when I start to get scams, the scam emails, or even worse, the scam texts that come through now, right after I have to update my information or something with what's supposed to be a legitimate company like my bank or something like that, and then my bank will turn around and sell that information to any old scumbag that'll give them 3 cents for it. Now that's the frustrating part because they make money off of this stuff, and then you have to deal with the hassles that come with it. And it's just that right there, I have to tell you, that's proof positive to me that 99.999% of the politicians in Washington D.C. and at your state level are corrupt as all get out, because it would be easy to pass a law making that illegal. Right? Mm-hmm. There is absolutely no reason why that shouldn't be illegal, except that they're all corrupt. They're all on the take. I don't care. You're never going to convince me otherwise. That is one of those instances right there that proves it to me. Mm-hmm. Your information is for sale, and they really don't care if you get scammed because of it, because they're getting a kickback. One quick law that says personal information is no longer for sale. End of discussion. That takes care of that, but none of them will do it. So there you go. So, anyways, my rant for the week, or for the hour, anyways. I don't know. It's early. So yeah,
if they won't stop balloons and drones from flying over the country, that's probably coming from China or Russia, then they sure ain't going to care if we get hacked.
I don't even want to. I haven't. Amy grew up in New Jersey, and all of her family is still there. And to be perfectly honest with you, one of her uncle passed last Monday, and if that hadn't happened, I think that a lot more discussions would be going on in this household about that. But I don't know. I don't even really want to talk about that one. There's something about that that's. I think that should make all of us very, very nervous. There's something going on there that's just.
I suspect it's probably our own military. They're doing testing or something.
Well, that would be a pretty friggin' stupid thing to do, considering that there's 18 million people crammed into a relatively short space. It would be, go do that out over Utah or something where you're not going to freak out the whole country. Seriously, I don't go to the most populous area in the country and do that. That would be pretty stupid on their part. But some of the reports that have come out are just ridiculous, and some of them that have come out are actually pretty scary if there's anything. So.
Somebody did post a picture. They got a close-up shot of one of those drones, and it had like a little thing on the side. It said, "We've been trying to contact you about your extended car warranty."
Yeah, right.
On the side of it.
Yep. But I tell you what, when a police officer goes on duty the other night in Ocean County, New Jersey, and sits there next to the water wall and watches 50 of them come in off the ocean, you know what? Somebody needs to be doing something about that crap, because that's not some hobbyist just goofing off. Something's going on with that. So anyways, I don't get all serious, but
Well, we know what would happen if they flew them over Alabama. They'd all get shot down.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, they would. Yeah, they would. But
It'd be like shooting skeet. They'd be out there.
boy.
Hey, Joe Bob, watch this.
Mhm.
How many can you get?
But some of them, they say the size of, of a big SUV. So
Yeah. That's a huge drone. That's
not, hey, I went to Best Buy. Look what I bought. That's pretty serious piece of equipment.
That
You're
drone's
muted,
big
Jay.
enough to carry something that could really do a lot of damage.
Well, yeah, exactly. You start putting ordnance on something like that, and it could be a pretty significant problem. But anyways, I don't know what else we got. Something must have popped in Toyland here, right? You're on mute, Shane. I don't know if you knew that or not.
Yeah, I was coughing.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, you got some pictures, ain't you, Shane?
Yeah, I was going to let us all talk about, since they're reissuing the mask toys, I was going to let's all talk about it real quick, or forever, how long we want to talk about it. But I just got a few of them. John, you know more about these than I do, so I pulled up a little bit of information on them.
Are they, you say reissued, are they just taking the original molds and reissuing them like that?
I don't know. There's not really a lot of clearness on it right now.
Do we know who's doing it?
I think Jada Toys is.
Ah, okay. Because Mask was originally Kenner.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Jeez, I don't know. This is the photo that's circulating online now. I mean, it looks like
No,
an
this is
old photo.
older. This is an old photo here.
Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't found any new photos at all.
Oh, okay.
But
I don't know.
Is there
Here
a
it is.
release date on it?
Okay, here it is. Loyal Subjects.
Oh, Loyal Subject.
Oh, Loyal
The same
Subjects.
people that's doing the turtle
Turtles.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're taking it over the line.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
It's going to be coming back. Well, they renewed the mass trademark in February of 2024. But it's going to be Loyal Subjects will be having the licensing on it. My thing is, I wish it would tell you a little more. Are they going with the original issue, or are they going to go with 3-inch or 6-inch, 4-inch? Something like that would be helpful.
I wonder, because apparently Hasbro kept the license when they bought Kenner, because they put Matt Tracker in the 25th style G.I. Joe line.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
As one of the figures, and I thought they were going to do more, but they never did. So you'd think they would have wanted to held on to that. And if they just done a straight up re-release of these, if they had the original molds and just done a straight up re-release, them things would have sold like crazy.
Okay, here's I just found something that was released a couple of days ago by Loyal Subjects. It says Mask has all the crazy feature vehicles, small figures with removable helmets, closed box packaging with the killer logo splash artwork and product shots, all coming back. They're in the same scale, and we're serving it hot and fresh, like 1985, never left. So they're going to be the same scale, which is pretty good in my opinion, because I don't think we can afford another 6-inch scale.
Oh no,
Vehicles, especially vehicles.
Right.
I wonder if they're retooling them, or if they bought the molds from Hasbro, or now when Kenner sold, they might have sold the molds back then. I don't know. I mean, that's interesting. But I know a lot of people that love Mask, and again, just like any toy line, you couldn't get them all when we were kids. We didn't have the money to buy them all. So now as adults is going to want to get all of them that they never got when they were kids.
Right.
So it's a money. It's a sure thing.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
As long as they do a good job on them, and
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, it's a sure thing that people will run and buy them.
Yeah. If it's the same molds and a re-release of them, I think they'll sell. Now, if they go to tweaking them and making them look a lot different and all, then you're going to lose the nostalgia, and I don't know if they'd sell or not.
Right.
But
I mean, they were cool back then. They just could be just as cool now.
Yeah.
In their same form. I think I'm kind of on. I don't know. I'm excited about them, and really, to be honest with you.
I'd be curious to see them.
Yeah.
I remember seeing them. I never had any of them, but I remember seeing them.
I remember always losing the daggum helmets. Never been able to find them. They didn't come with any weapons, so all the weapons was their vehicles.
Right.
You had to worry about no tiny. Yeah, I agree with you, Matt. Show me the pit, and you'll get my money.
oh, show me the pit. I didn't throw.
How big a line was it ultimately, though?
It was there was 4 waves of it.
Yeah.
It run from I'm going to butcher this, but I think it was 85 to 88.
Yeah, I think so.
So I mean it was, and it had a cartoon, it had comics. So it was in that era where promoting what you was putting out was big, you know.
Yeah.
Right.
And it was really a really good, well done cartoon also.
They made quite a few of them.
Oh yeah, there was several. They were a hybrid of G.I. Joe and Transformers, I guess you could call it.
Yeah. Cool.
And I mean, you caught everybody with that when you done it that way.
Yeah.
Like this is Jackhammer. This is a Venom vehicle, which was the bad guys.
Mm-hmm.
You're showing them in the order that I bought them as a kid, because I got the Condor first, and then the Jackhammer was the second one I bought.
We'll see if we get the next one right.
I don't remember past that. I don't remember. I just remember the first two. I did have this. I did have the Switchblade, but I don't remember if it was the third one I bought or not.
I'm trying to look up, make sure I didn't butcher that on the years of it.
I was going to say the cartoon was only on for 1 year, though, right? I remember it, but I didn't remember ever watching it. I don't remember it being on that.
I can't remember if it was 1 or 2 seasons.
I think it was 2 seasons.
Most cartoons only ran like 2 seasons at the
most.
most.
They did.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, even G.I. Joe, it was only 2 seasons.
Yep.
Yeah, it's true.
But there was 8,000 video or episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that was the key, right? It was 26 episodes to a season. So.
Now, I don't remember. Could you buy figure packs? Because I don't remember that.
Later, they put out these little and then they actually put out like a figure with I remember they put Matt Tracker out with like a little raft, and he still had the mask and some. And then I think they put out. You remember they put out the boy and T-Bob, the little robot.
Oh yeah. I do remember
that. So yeah, they did put out some figure packs, but that was later. That was like
of him, there he is.
3.
There he is on the right hand side of the picture.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they were.
Right there.
They were a little more expensive than I remember, I guess.
$39.95. That was pretty expensive for back then.
Yeah.
Especially in 85 and 88.
See, I don't even remember that one, that jet. I remember the car, the purple car. I think was because I got the purple one out there. I can't remember the name of it now. The other one, I think was supposed to have been was it Trans Am or Corvette?
Well, that black car right there is a C4 Corvette.
Yeah, Corvette. Yeah,
that purple one is a Z car. That's a Datsun.
I don't remember. Yeah. I don't remember the plane.
Yeah, it was released in 85 through 88. Oh, and this is something that I bet ain't still happening. As of 2018, a live-action theatrical film is in development by Hasbro and Paramount.
Yeah, Gonzo.
Yeah, I bet that's not happening anymore.
That's gone.
Yeah,
all that Hasbro movie stuff is gone.
Well, they, like I said, it was about 10 years ago when they merged and had the Revolutions. It was G.I. Joe, Mask, Transformers, ROM. The Visionaries was supposed to have been a part of that same universe, but they never did introduce them into the comic. who else was there? Was the Micronauts.
Yeah.
They were all part of that same universe.
Mm-hmm.
But it only lasted about a year. I mean, they put out quite a few comics, but it only lasted a year or so, and then I don't know what happened to it. It just kind of fizzled out, I reckon.
But are you guys happy that they're putting it back in the original scale, or were you looking for something a little bit bigger? Maybe 3 3/4 inch, maybe.
I don't know. I don't know if you done it. Like I said, if you veer much from the original, I don't know if it would sell that well, because but you're going to sell it off nostalgia.
Oh yeah,
Right,
yeah.
right.
That's what's going to sell it. But I don't know. I mean, maybe if they'd done it, if they'd at least bumped it up to 3 3/4 inch, it might.
Yeah, I don't think anything past 3 3/4 would have been would have sold very well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
6 inch. I mean, you're talking about HasLab stuff there. If they done 6 inch, I could only imagine to have a vehicle that transforms how much it cost.
Exactly, and we already got enough of that. We didn't worry about that anymore.
Yeah.
These smaller companies, they're buying the old molds, so they couldn't afford to remold these things to upscale or downscale and make any money off of this stuff. I mean, there's a market, but it's small. I mean, yeah. I don't know, man. I didn't have them before. Of course, anytime anything comes back, I'm happy for other collectors.
Yeah. I only had a few myself, but they were really cool.
Yeah.
They were really cool.
I remember them, but and if that scale means they get to make more of them, by all means, keep it. Right? I mean, so.
But like John said, it's going to be with no promotion, backing, cartoons, or anything like that. It's not going to catch on. It's just going to be us old guys buying them again.
Yeah.
Just like with G.I. Joe Classified. It's the old folks buying it again.
Yeah, we're the money drivers on all of this stuff now.
Oh yeah, I ain't no doubt.
And if they're going to make money, they better hurry up, because we're going to have to stop sooner or later.
Yep, I agree with you, Matt.
So, yeah.
Well, we're going to stop sooner or later.
Well, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Once we're done, it's going to be done.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, for sure. So,
I mean,
and maybe that's okay too. I don't
got
know.
a few 30-year-olds and late 20s that are buying them, but not many. Not many at all.
Not many. Not many. And to tell you the truth, if half of this stuff had never been put on DVD or whatever, they wouldn't need these licenses would die.
Oh yeah,
because we would have forgotten them. I mean, seriously, there's a lot of them that we would have just kind of forgotten about too. So yeah, no, I mean, cool. I'm happy for other collectors that they get more stuff from those days. Absolutely.
I think it's cool though. But see, these companies, they're all going back to the older stuff because they know that's what's going to sell.
Well, we're the only ones that have any money. So
exactly,
that's what it is.
That's what I like about the cartoon collection of the Master Universe, because there was I'm sure a lot of people that watched the He-Man cartoon that probably didn't buy the toys, but I like these because they include, because he's got the Chakotay idol that comes with him, and it tells you what episode, as seen on the House of the Chakotay. So they include things from that episode that they were featured in. And
so does he actually launch off like the OG version?
No, it's just basically a repaint of the other origins. I'd say it's a repaint, but it looks like it. They just kind of maybe did a different head sculpt or something. But they put it in the cartoon colors, and that's basically the same thing they done with She-Ra. I think she may have a different head sculpt too. But see, she's got the shield, which was seen in the Treasures of the first ones, but it was from the Princess of Power cartoon. So I don't know. I think if they keep going with this, because these are really cool. I love them. I mean, because we all watched the cartoons whether we bought the toys or not.
Oh yeah.
And I kind of think that's why Super 7 has done fairly well with the 7-inch line they're doing is because they're based off the cartoon, which a lot of people watched. You know.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. But
I don't know. I do think that the collected DVDs has made a big difference in the collectability of a lot of this stuff, because before you weren't, if you didn't, it's almost like we needed the cartoons to jumpstart our memories to get that nostalgia flowing, right? And then you got to go get the stuff,
Yeah.
And I have to, it is, you guys would probably all agree with me too. Watching most of these cartoons, they really didn't age well. It's like watching old Godzilla movies, right? You got to really, really just enjoy it for what it is, and don't get too critical, because it's pretty bad. But yeah, but again, we've had that conversation a million times. Media drives this stuff, and without media support, they're just not going to draw kids in. Matt talking about, the trading card thing. Let's face it, the video game side of Pokemon and the physical card side of Pokemon changed it all, right? And let's face it, it's not. I don't think it's necessarily about there's so much money in that stuff. I think it's because, number one, it doesn't take up any space. Let's face it, you could put 1,000 of those cards in a couple of 3-ring binders, and you didn't take up any more. You didn't take up a whole lot of space in your apartment or in your room or your house, whatever.
I tell you, the baseball cards and football cards and stuff, those things are going crazy right now. People are pulling $4,000 and $5,000 cards out of packs just because they're autographed and got a piece of jersey. I saw one the other day where a guy pulled a cleat card out. It was probably about 2 inches thick, and it literally had the bottom of the cleat in the card.
That's crazy.
And then it was autographed. It was crazy. It's just, it's insane.
Yeah. Well, the sports guys have always been that way. They've had their thing too. So
yeah, except for the ones I have.
Yeah, well, right.
Ones I have ain't worth the box they're in.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
I got some pretty old cars too.
Reckon how many millions of dollars worth of cars rode around in bicycle spokes?
Oh,
big time.
Reckon how many Mickey Mantle rookie cards with bicycle spoke?
Yep.
It's crazy.
Or which one? What was it? Honest Wagner? Was that like the most high dollar baseball card of all time? And it was from the tobacco though, because they were real skinny, those skinny cards.
Mm-hmm.
$50 to $200 a pack. That's insane.
Oh yeah, they are. I saw a guy. I watched a video. Sometimes I see those what they call ripping videos, and a guy had bought a $300 pack of NHL cards. They were owed, some older cards, and they were like 1980, I think. He opened it up right there on the spot after he bought it. He got nothing out of it. I think he ended up losing like $280 on the pack. It's crazy.
Cards is crazy in general. I said Target over there, they got a Marvel Masterpiece trading cards. Comes in a big old box for $40. I thought, oh, that's cool. You pick it up, the box is empty. It comes with 2 packs.
Yeah.
3 cards per pack. So you get 6 cards for $40.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the set's got like 100 cards in it. I thought, how much you going to spend just to get a complete set?
Right. And like Corey said, the cards are a limited number. Like you'll get out of 25. That's what's driving the prices up on them. One of ones.
But we've been through this before with the card racket, right? There's been some huge booms, and then there have been some massive crashes. Boy, the crash that's coming is going to be pretty hateful. You start talking about $50 to $200 for a pack of cards,
and some of them even more than that. Like Matt said, some of them $1,000 a pack.
Yeah. No, that's
was it called?
Look, to each his own. But really, guys, seriously,
Donruss Unlimited. I think it was. It comes in this big old box. It looks like a briefcase, and there's literally 1 pack in it and 1 card, and you're guaranteed a graded autograph card out of that pack. But it might be a $100 card. It might be a $50,000 card.
Right.
It's just crazy. It's crazy
That-
how this.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, to each his own, right? But,
Oh yeah, very much so.
No. That's just
Not for me.
no, not for me. No, even if I was a sports fan, which I'm not.
Yeah, me neither.
No.
For me, sports are ruined right now.
Well, it sounds like maybe the card industry has figured out new gimmicks to revitalize themselves. Because
Oh,
I mean,
Well,
you know,
they're buying
that's
these
all
like
marketing.
they're like buying game used patches and game used MLB patches off of their back of their pants and all that, and putting them in cards and selling them. I mean, they're figuring out how to make the money. I guess
That's wild.
it's crazy.
That's wild. Wow,
Absolutely crazy.
that is crazy.
But I mean, people out there spending that money for it. So what do you expect?
Well, I mean, they'll keep doing it as long as people keep spending it, right?
Exactly.
But we've seen these crashes. Boy, there's been some ugly crashes.
I hope it did. I hope it did, Corey. Because if I remember correctly, they played baseball.
Who cares about all that old foosball?
Yeah.
Play that foosball.
Oh, he says he knows, but I don't think he does for real. And that's another subject about steroid use, huh?
Yeah. By the way, Corey, his name's Mark, not Lizzie. Okay. Don't get your McGuire's mixed up.
She used to sit on the couch with her feet up too, didn't she? I don't know. I remember the name from my girls watching stuff.
Yeah, for real.
That was Hillary Duff, wasn't it? Hillary Duff, yeah.
Baseball.
You know what?
Yeah,
all them
baseball did die with Jordan.
He played baseball, right? Yeah, he played baseball. So.
And all them Disney kids shows, usually they like, they kind of go nuts. But and I would have figured her when I first watched Lizzie McGuire. I thought, yeah, she'll end up being one of those that's probably crazy on drugs or whatever. She's actually doing well for herself.
Well adjusted, like she's the exception to the rule.
She's not coming in like a wrecking ball, then, huh?
Right? Yeah, exactly.
Wow. Triple logo, man. I wouldn't pay you a plug nickel for anything with LeBron James on it.
I mean,
much less millions and millions of dollars.
I have to tell you though, I grew up in a sports household. My mother was a sports nut. My grandfather, the brother that was a little bit older than me, they were all sports nuts. And I wanted to cut wood and drive trucks, and I couldn't. I was much more like my father, and I couldn't give two whats about sports of any kind, and I still really couldn't care less. So I'm being fair and kind of biting my tongue with a lot of this stuff because I have to be honest with you. That's just insane. I mean, that's religious fervor stuff. When you start talking about $1 million for something like that, or that's, no, I don't get that. I spent a lot of money over time over stupid, frivolous things. Don't get me wrong. I really genuinely have. But when you start talking about, there has to be a point where you got to slam the brakes on and really kind of go, really? 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 But I guess not for some people. I suppose if you have that kind of money, you're into a whole different wavelength of thinking anyways.
Oh yeah.
But I don't know.
I got a lot more stuff I could spend $10,000 on than one ball card. Like I would have $10,000 to spend on the ball card anyway.
I
You can buy a lot of G.I. Joes with that.
You dang right.
Well, you know, but you know, I've talked to you guys about this. You know, the price of that Defiant is a real struggle at this point in time because I'll be reimbursed from that for our insurance, but I really, when the time comes, I guess it's all just mental exercises now, right? But when the check comes in, that's where I'm going to have to slam on the brakes and just kind of go, boy, buddy, are you really serious? You really want to, you know?
I mean, that would be up to you. It's something you had, and that's what it's covering. So,
well, yeah,
but if you need it for something else,
yeah, we're still raising 2 kids, so you always need it for something else. You know?
Exactly.
You know, John helping out with the base, the gantry and stuff, and you know, buying parts and pieces over what 3.5 years. Yep. You know, as you can. That's one thing, but to just cough up, you know,
$4,000, $3,000.
Well, to buy a complete one, it's about $6,500. Which is, well, it's
just have pieces of it are here and there. I don't have anything important.
It's just, you know, I mean, man.
And it's funny because I remember the 2017 Joe Con, I think it was 2016 maybe. Somebody at one of the Joe Cons had a sealed Defiant in the box, and it was $3,500 for it then.
Isn't that crazy?
And that was just 10 years ago.
Yep, that's crazy.
10 years ago, and now COVID just blew everything. I mean, it blew it all up.
It did.
And here we are 5 years after it, and people still trying to get them prices for this stuff, you know?
Yeah, it's just,
It's just justifying spending it. I get what you're saying, yeah.
Well, look, I mean, I was free and clear of the toy thing, and then I got sucked back into it a few years ago. And, you know, it is a little different for us because we're still renting. At some point in time, if we ever do buy again, it's going to be a whole lot smaller. You know what I'm saying? I'm older than you guys. This isn't, you know, it's not, you know, sooner or later, and it's a lot sooner for me than it probably is you guys, I got to think about downsizing a lot of this stuff. And let's face it, the Defiant is a big piece of toy, and it's brittle and it's hard to deal with.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
if you do find one, you're going to have to go pick it up because most people don't want to ship them.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want them to.
I wouldn't want them to either.
So
I want to go pick it up myself. That way I can strap her in and package her myself.
And especially where this whole thing now is there's 100% complete does not mean 100% unbroken.
Right.
So you know, you're gonna have to lay eyes on this stuff because that's enough money so that you're really not going to take anybody's word for it, you know.
Right.
So you know, I don't know, guys. It's I don't know.
It is a big piece, that's for sure.
It is, and it's cool.
I like the cool flag.
You know, it's like John said today, though. If you don't do it now, you're never going to do it again, and that's the truth.
Oh yeah, that's true.
And that is 100% guaranteed that I would never do it again. This isn't something I will, you know, fret over for the rest of my life and try to save my pennies to get another one someday. I will do it now again, or I won't do it at all.
Or do it at all. Yep.
Just because that's just the nature of things. But
you start saving and you get just about enough to go buy one, and guess what? The price is going to creep on up. Then you got to save a little longer.
Well, I'm going to tell you, this is one of those. This is definitely one of those things where the number of them is not stable, right? Because they're not making any more. But the number of them being unbroken is dropping probably pretty close to weekly, maybe every bi-weekly, because something's breaking, right?
Right.
Somebody's sweeping the floor and they hit it, and you know how they are, tink, right? Or something gets sucked up in a vacuum cleaner. Let's face it, these things are warping when they sit still. Yep. You know, those transporter doors, those things are breaking as it sits there because it just literally the plastic is warping and it's snapping the pegs off those doors, just sitting there.
Yep.
Um,
Well, that's
I
like
don't
my
know. I don't know if I would. I still think the flag is the holy grail for Joe collectors.
I think so too.
It's still a lot more popular than the Defiant is. But
Yeah, because I could care less if I ever got a Defiant in my life.
It's a lot more durable than the Defiant because
but the flag is something
yeah.
every kid wanted.
Yeah.
But I got to tell you, ever since John gave me that gantry in the beginnings of that thing, it was just like, this is so freaking cool. I mean, this is just, this is just freaking cool.
Talking about things being so brittle, I picked up my Ram cycle the other day to move it to a different spot, and I looked down and half of the kickstand is hanging, it's sitting in my hand, the other half's on the back.
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I didn't do nothing. I barely touched it.
Yep. Yeah,
So,
I know.
They're getting there, man.
That's like my bridge layer. I picked it up, but one track fell completely off. Tabs just disintegrated.
Hanging there.
Disintegrated,
and the other was just barely hanging on, so I had to go replace them. I just went ahead and bought another one. It was cheaper to buy another bridge layer than it was trying to track down
the parts, right?
And I think that one might have been in storage somewhere where it was hot. I think a lot of it depends on how it was stored over the years.
Yeah, that's the truth.
And that's the thing I mean, I'm covered during the summertime when it's hot because I got an air conditioner, but during the wintertime I don't have any heat. And I'm afraid to put anything like I got one of these, one of these kind of heaters at all.
Yes, right.
But I'm afraid to leave it on out there. I'm afraid something might fall off the shelf and land on fire and burn the place down.
Yeah, so right.
Hope you got insurance. Harder with the heat, So it's like I don't know how I don't think the cold affects it as bad as the heat does, but it's still got to have an effect on it over time.
I think it does. Yeah, I think it does over time. And let's face it, this is 40 years old. So
yeah. So I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't have no. I mean, there's not much I can do about it though, because I can't. Right. I can turn that air conditioner on. I can leave it and let it run. I don't worry about it. But the heater's a whole different thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
But I have noticed that prices on vintage stuff is coming down.
It is. Yeah, it is.
And I mean, quickly it's coming down.
It is. I did notice that too.
Yeah. Because I bought 2 of the hydrofoil guns, rear deck guns, and they were like 20-something bucks a piece. I got 2 unbroken for $14.
Yeah.
So the prices are coming down on stuff like that. And I think it is because of they're getting so brittle. And people are wanting to get rid of them before they break in their hands, and they were stuck with them.
See, we're gonna have this weird. All of my stuff is packed right now, and I hate to say this, but I'm having fret attacks over it because you hate to pack this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to store it, and I don't want to pack it because it's just like I told Amy this morning. I submitted the claim on the stuff that was damaged this morning. Right. And it's just like, and here's the thing, I'm trying to add percentages to this because I know full well that there's going to be other stuff that gets broken because it had to have been moved, right? And if I didn't have to move it, none of this, you know what I'm saying? And it's just, but because you fret because this stuff is brittle. Some of it is, I have to be honest with you, the toughest OG toy is the Mobat. The sucker's tough.
It is.
The Tomahawk helicopters, they're tough. Yeah. My Warthog, that thing shattered like glass. My Whale was all beat to pieces. There was so many different plastics used during that 6 years in my collecting window. That 6 years, 82 to 88. Boy, it's all over the place. It really is. So I don't know about you guys, like on the Ram cycle, and it's not even a click fit, but the female on the female ball socket on the Ram cycle for the peg from the sidecar.
Yep.
Has on both of them that I have, it's mushroomed all out, even though it's not even a tight fit. It's just it's all white and belled out. It's just so you want to have these things, but you don't want to move them. You want them. You want them in those IKEA cases that's glass, and you don't have to even pick them up to dust them.
Yeah, exactly.
As far as Timothy, I have to be honest with you with the McFarlane stuff. I really, truly am. I just about had it with him and his crap. I really have. There's a handful of figures, and the question was one of them. So I want to finish off a good 7-inch superpowers team, which leaves me with a good classic Green Arrow, which has not been made, Hawk Girl, Who's Coming, Zatanna, and Black Canary. I want to get a Starfire to finish up my Teen Titans, but that's really it. I couldn't care less about much of anything else he wants to put out at this point in time. He's made some great stuff, but his business practices, I'm just sick of it. I'm just tired of it. I couldn't care less. If I can finish off a good 80s Justice League set, I'll be happy. I've even gotten to the point where if he doesn't make Ice and Guy Gardner, I couldn't care less. I've gotten to that point with him because he's you watch these recordings of the guy and he's arrogant about it. He's right. He don't care if you like it or not.
He don't.
He's right and you're wrong, and it's just like, buddy, it's my money. I get to decide whether I'm right or wrong. You're going to find out the hard way.
He is.
You might be wrong. So
he is going to find out the hard way one day.
I really loved that Mattel DC Universe line. I really loved it. It's. I don't regret selling my Star Wars stuff. I regret selling that collection. I really genuinely. I wish I'd kept it and never even started with the McFarlane stuff. That was such a great line, really was. But I don't think I personally will not be going back to it. I thought about it. John and I ran into What the Nerd. They got a ton of it up there, and it was awful tempting, but I'm just not going to do it. I got too much junk already. And you start looking at the values of the vast majority of these McFarlane figures, especially where I'm an opener, I might get $2 a piece for them.
Yeah.
I'd be better off. I'd feel better about myself if I took them to, one of the thrift stores versus trying to sell most of them, because it's just, they're not worth anything. So,
yeah.
So much of that stuff was overproduced that it doesn't have any value, and everything that does have value is what he deliberately underproduced, and it was what everybody wanted. So, his business model sucks. It just does. I'm not going to go back to it.
It's crazy.
It is crazy, and I am very happy that Joe's stuff is coming down in price, because you're right, Shane. It is. I don't know if you guys have ever used it or not. There's a website that's called Action Figure 411.
Mm-hmm.
It actually compiles, I think it's like 90 days of auction results from mostly eBay, but it tells you what the average rates are, what the prices are for these items, and most of them are going down rapidly, which I think a lot of people are trying to sell their stuff to get out from under. Honestly, mom and dad are telling them, "You're going to move out of my basement sooner or later."
I'd be lying if I said I didn't think about selling mine before it fell all apart. I've thought about it, but I don't want to let it go.
That's me.
But I figure, hey, when I get older, if it does fall apart, it falls apart. It is what it is.
Well, I put a lot of value on how much I enjoy it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I put a lot of value. Mm-hmm. I know that's completely subjective, but
right.
You kind of get to this point where you're kind of going, boy, I don't know, because I could. Geez, if I pay off my credit card debt, I can pick up 25 to 30% more money just by doing that.
Mm-hmm.
All that interest that I'm not going to spend.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. You guys will know when I know, because you'll know what I did. I just don't know.
They will have a U-Haul be riding around checking all these toy stores. Trying
Yeah, I know, right?
to,
Crazy. I just don't know. But I do know this. As far as the Defiant goes, I'm not going to try to piecemeal one again. It's either buy it and be done or don't, because it really, to tell you the truth, it was not worth the time or the effort, and I wouldn't do it again.
Yeah.
Considering how
fun,
quickly it can be taken from you. I don't.
But it was fun.
It was fun.
That's something I love about the vintage stuff, you know, finding something that's not complete and finding, you know, looking and finding and getting stuff to fix it with and make it complete again.
You get a
I mean,
tremendous
awesome.
sense of accomplishment out of it. I mean, honestly.
You really do.
You really do. I mean, my flag and the Defiant, we're both going to get Toy Hacks decal sheets after Christmas, because then they're done. And then this, you know, so weird Twilight Zone stuff. It really is. I don't know, man. I don't know. But I sit here and I think I might finally go ahead and get my Shogun Warrior Godzilla again, you know, because I had that one when I was little. And I do mean little. I was young, and I loved that thing. 1977. I loved it. That was before Star Wars toys, man. Just this stupid hard plastic. I slept with it. I don't think I slept for a year because I slept with that giant hunk of plastic next to me. You move, and something got poked, or you.
Yeah.
But I love that thing. I love that thing. You know. Things like that, I guess, are more, you know, kind of neat. So, yeah. Yep. But like I said, we got 10 minutes left, so I really don't think I either way, guys, you're not going to see me next weekend. I think I'm going to be, no matter what it is, I'm going to be in the thick of something. We really genuinely cannot stay here much longer. That wall is getting worse, and every time one of the boys slams the door, not thinking it's getting worse. And if you can see the masonry that one of those blocks is on, it's all the masonry that it's wedged on is busted all to pieces. So I mean, literally, if that block lets go, we're going to lose a chunk of this house. So we just can't. It's been 3 weeks. We can't do it any longer. We've stretched it as long as we can. I've told you guys about the woes that we've had with trying to find a place that we could even remotely afford / has enough room / isn't in an even worse neighborhood. So I do not believe I will be here next weekend. Hopefully that last, well, holy cow, after that, it's the last Sunday of the year, isn't it? So,
yes, sir.
As far as a top 10 list, it's very difficult for me because I would have to show you pictures because literally everything is put away.
Most of my stuff or new stuff is put away right now, too.
Yeah. So it would be, you know, my number one figure of the year is the question. That's what I can put my hand on right now. So yeah, no, appreciate all you guys' thoughts and prayers and considerations and warm feelings or whatever it is you got going on in our direction, because this has been difficult. All joking aside, it's been pretty difficult. So whatever that looks like, I do think we found our home today.
It's good news.
I think we really literally stumbled onto it. We made a right, we made a left instead of a right, looking at 2 other houses that we'd already looked at, and it was just sitting right there at the end of the street on one of the other places we'd looked at twice already. So so I think we're going to be able to make this one work somehow.
That's good news.
I finally get that set of MRIs tomorrow night over in Gardendale. Doctor will call me Tuesday to see how we proceed on the next big deal, if I proceed at all. May not be able to proceed yet. We just don't know. We won't know until Tuesday, I guess. So a lot of stuff going on. So why don't, what do you think, guys? Let's just hang it up for tonight. What do you think? Makes sense?
Yes, sir.
And from me and mine to you and yours, Merry Christmas. And
Merry Christmas, guys.
Merry Christmas.
we'll see you.
See y'all.